Hey, what's up, guys? Here to give you the recap of what I talked about on Sunday. Sunday, I talked about overcoming fear. We looked at the story of Benaiah again and how had to fight two men, how he had to kill a lion, and he faced some fears in the midst of that. And again, we have the choice. We can run away from our fears and allow them to hinder us and control us, or we can try to overcome them. And so that's the question I tried to answer for our students. How do we overcome fear? The first way is we have to overcome crazy thoughts. You know, basically our mind is sometimes the biggest battlefield for us. You know what I mean? It's like a spider. Like we are 1,000 times bigger than a spider, but people will run, freak out, jump on a table, scream, go crazy over this itsy bitsy spider that they could simply step on, or it's like on a roller coaster. You think you're going to die. Well, you're not going to die, but you have those thoughts. Or, when we're in our house and we hear a noise and all of a sudden we think an axe murderer is there, or there's just so many different things. Our mind goes crazy in the dark, or, so many things. The fear plays up in our minds. And so, again, what I told them is we have to change the way we think. I read in the scripture from Romans 12:2 where it says that God wants to help us change the way we think so that we could live according to His will, His pleasing, perfect will. And it's not God's will for us to live in fear. God doesn't give a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind. And so that was one of the first things, was overcoming the crazy thoughts. We got to kind of change the way we think. Just like I said for myself, whenever I feel turbulence, I automatically think the plane is going to crash. Well, I looked it up. Well, less than 1% of planes crash due to turbulence. And so I have to talk myself down. I have to brain, start working and operating on the right level. Okay? And so that's the first thing. We got to overcome crazy thoughts. The second thing is we have to face our fears head on. Okay? Benaiah didn't get over his fear of the lion by running away. He got over it by facing the lion. Okay? And it's like this. We don't overcome the fear of failure by succeeding. We overcome the fear of failure by failing. We don't overcome the fear of rejection by being accepted. We overcome the fear of rejection by being rejected. We have to taste and see. We have to face that fear and realize it's not the end of the world. I shared with the students in worship, I used to always be afraid to raise my hands. And as long as I never did it, so I was afraid of it. But I finally just counted to 3, threw my hand up. I had to face that fear. And now I can raise my hands and I can worship God in that way. And it's not an issue. And so I told him, man, what ways are you being hindered spiritually? Whether it's in worship, holding back because you're afraid of what people are going to think about you, or, witnessing to somebody, you hold back because you're afraid because you might not have the right answers. And so really challenge the students as far as, again, changing the way they think and facing their fear, saying, okay, look, I don't want this thing to hinder me and stop me from the blessings and the awesome things that God wants us to do in our lives. That's where the devil wants us. He wants us to be afraid and run away. That's not what God wants for us. And I told our students that sometimes the greatest opportunities happen when we face our greatest fears. The greatest breakthroughs come when we face our greatest fears. So I hope you have a good discussion. I think we gave you guys some good questions, that you can get some good dialogue going with the students with fears. And again, it could be fears that they deal with that have spiritual ramifications, or maybe just fears in general, you know what I mean, that paralyze them. They don't ever want to fly on a plane because they always feel like they're going to die, or I don't know. But again, pray you guys have a great discussion, man. Thank you guys so much. You guys should have plenty of time for your groups, and I guess I will see you on Wednesday. All right? Peace out.